also known as VeryDarkMan. The BBC quoted EFCC spokesperson Dele Oyewale as saying that the activist was arrested based on several petitions filed by individuals with grievances against him, adding that he would be released once he meets the bail conditions and be charged to court. However, in a twist of events, the EFCC, in a post on X, debunked the report as fake news. Meanwhile, supporters of VeryDarkMan have trooped out en masse, demanding his release, using the hashtag #FreeVDM_now. Let's take a look.
Today, and we have shown the message to the world that as Nigerians, we must protest against every oppression. We must protest against injustice. Leave VDM for us. Leave VDM for us. Bring VDM. Bring VDM.
Because see as VDM, small VDM, see as he block road, who's small? See as he block road. Only VDM, 9 block this kind. Yes, yes, free VDM, see as he block road.
Free VDM, free VDM, free VDM. Let's go!
Well, quite the protest here, Rufai. But, you know, the story that came out yesterday was that, you know, EFCC had released a statement saying that, you know, the VeryDarkMan was going to be charged to court. He was petitioned by several people, and now they've debunked it, which I felt it was quite disrespectful of the EFCC to be able to debunk news as fake news on their Twitter handle without telling us what really is going on with VDM. Let me take this tweet before I come to you, Rufai. This person wrote, as of now, the EFCC has provided no official statement, no clear charges, no legal justification, just silence and detention. That is not how a just system operates. We must stop criminalizing boldness. We must stop punishing the voices that refuse to kneel until there is lawful justification and due process. This arrest is unjust. Rufai.
So, please, EFCC should save themselves all of this embarrassment. They put fake news on people's tweets yesterday. They even put fake news on my tweets. EFCC, I have facts. Because I also spoke to sources in the EFCC that said the same thing the BBC reported. And if they want to challenge me further, I have facts. If they want to challenge me further, I have facts that I spoke to sources in the EFCC that said that. The problem, what is going on with them is that there's a contention internally. At first, they want to get the charges out first before they release a statement. That is what is happening. And the process of getting those charges out is still delaying. And my advice has always been, do not allow for an information lacuna. And that's why when I was speaking to those sources, those were my exact words. Don't allow for an information lacuna. Accept, and also the fact that it was a multi-security agency exercise that happened. So, and that was why I reposted that story yesterday. I reposted that story when I saw it of the BBC because I thought, oh, they had even come out to take a position on this. Vanguard too also spoke yesterday to some EFCC sources that said the same thing. In fact, they even set a date where it's going to be released. But I, Rufai Hussein, can authoritatively confirm to you, I spoke to EFCC sources. And if they want to challenge me, I would provide my facts. And that was what they said. So maybe in the coming days, they'll be able to release, what is it called, a statement with the charges against him.
Yes.
Every state, in fact, every media house, TV station reported, most TV stations reported it yesterday.
Yeah. It's quite
Secondly,
viral.
this constantly keeping this man, and the way he was arrested is in gestaporic style. I'm not saying people cannot write petitions against him. It's for you to investigate the petition. Let the man have his day in court. And that's why you're seeing all these protests.
Yes.
That's just pure and simple.
And like I said earlier, I feel like it is quite disrespectful for the EFCC not to release a statement, given the fact that there's all of these, outrage out there, people out there, young voices out there protesting against the sort of abduction, as it were. I'll take this tweet from Atiku Abubakar. He actually has reacted to VDM's arrest in a post on X. He described the arrest as a blatant abuse of power by the Tinubu administration and condemned the activist's continued detention without formal charges. His tweet reads, "The arrest and continued detention of social media influencer and outspoken critic Martin Osher, widely known as VeryDarkMan, by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, is yet another blatant abuse of power by the Tinubu administration, which has made political repression a hallmark of its rule. Even more alarming is the fact that Martin Osher remains in custody without any formal charges, is a flagrant violation of his constitutional rights and a chilling reminder of the growing authoritarianism under this government. This latest episode is part of a disturbing pattern, the Tinubu regime's relentless assault on the fundamental freedoms of Nigerians, particularly those who dare to speak truth to power or align with the political opposition. We must not allow state-sponsored repression to become the defining character of our democracy, while security agencies are quick to target dissenters and critics, often in complete disregard of due process. Political loyalists with credible allegations of corruption walk free, trading psychophancy for immunity. The Tinubu administration's systematic crackdown on opposition voices is nothing short of disgraceful. It is an affront to democratic norms and must be fiercely condemned and resisted. A quick comment from you before we move to the next story.
I mean, I think long and short of it is that the public deserves an explanation. Yes. He's obviously a gentleman who has a massive following, and people have come out. Remember, we took videos of people who have been impacted by him positively. So there are people who are worried about him. And the longer the AFCC takes to speak, the more the window of legality becomes questionable. Yes. So it's really important for us at this stage to be able to preserve, Dr. Abati might correct me, it's called habeas corpus, right? Which is around unlawful detention. Yeah. Because we can't degenerate to a country where, people, now we've set a precedent where people can just be detained and held without explanation. I was just reading a statement from Deji Adeyanju, I believe from this morning, where he's saying that he is yet to receive, as the lawyer, an official petition from the EFCC. So he still doesn't know, in his own words, he still doesn't know why his client is being detained.
Oh, but I thought he released a statement, the law firm released a statement saying that it was cyber stalking that he was being arrested for. He was being detained for. Yeah, we read that full statement yesterday. EFCC did show them a document, according to Deji, saying that he was held on the grounds of cyber stalking.
So you can see that EFCC now has now shot themselves in the foot, because if Deji Adeyanju claims they showed them a document that talked about cyber stalking, and they said the BBC story was false, you can see EFCC are the ones lying.
Yeah, BBC
because that was what BBC reported.
No, BBC is reporting multiple petitions,
including cyber stalking. Okay. So that means you can see EFCC in coming out to say fake news to the BBC was wrong. So you can see why they are not correct with their facts.
I think we just plead with the EFCC at this point that
come out with a statement. Don't leave an information like that.
Lay out the facts, just to cool the tempers.
All right. I mean, like I said, the rule of law must be obeyed, and we demand a written response as to the detention of VeryDarkMan.